This is a public service announcement from 5 to 5 Incorporated!
That's right, Throwback Rum from 2012. This PSA is to inform you that whatever is said here in the 525 Live podcast is the opinion of the guest, not the host or the show. We here at 525 Live want our guests to feel free in expressing themselves in order to give an entertaining podcast for you and a therapeutic experience for them. If you don't like what they said, take it up with them, not the show. You know who you are. Now, without further ado...
Yo, sit back, relax, catch a contact.
Bear witness to some biblical shit. But I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the 525 Live podcast. I am Sean Nova, the voice of this podcast. My guest with me right now can be described by so many different ways, by so many different people. Let's just cut to the chase. Royce, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. It's like a special late night after hours version of 525 Live podcast because it's like 2:51 over here in the morning. We have to make sure everybody's nice and sleeping. Yeah. So so you doing good?
Yeah.
Okay. So now the traditional first question is, how did you start off in this community? Did you watch a video? Did you get introduced by somebody? What's the deal?
This is actually a funny story. I remember one day I was on my personal account, and me being a child, of course, I followed like all the WWE games accounts and whatnot. Yeah. And like through that, I found Fam, but that was like, okay, whatever. That was like another YouTube channel to me or whatever. Rom's
gonna kill you because he hates it when people say fam. He likes it when it's FAM. So every time, like, I swear, you need to see him. Like, when someone says fam, he kind of like cringes a little bit. He's like, ha!
Yeah.
It's weird.
I've always said fam. I actually hate when people say FAM. I'm like, literally, you can literally just say fam. It's a word.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
It all depends on the person, I guess, you know?
Right.
You don't say WWE, you don't say we, you say WWE, so.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But, where was I? Oh, yeah. So it was like, first thing I had saw was Fam, but that was just like another YouTube channel to me or whatnot. So I remember the first community account I came across, I don't remember how, was Larissa, if you know who that is. Larissa Dominguez.
Yeah.
That was the first community account I came across, and of course through there I came across all the rest, and this was like, I don't know the year because I'm not good with the years and stuff, but this was like mid 2K16, like in the middle of that game's like being. Okay. So that was that, and I don't know how I decided to just jump in the community. I think I literally just did it. I literally just was like, oh, this is cool. Okay, I'm bored anyway. Let's do this for fun. And I literally just jumped in the community. And like, I was like, if you know who Candy is, I mean, everyone knows who Candy is. I was kind of like her with my cause. I had like 50 different cause because I was just bored, and I was the type of person who just liked to create. So I was bored, and I would just make cause, and like I had like almost all my slots filled or whatnot. So I just had cause after cause after cause, and like the hard part coming here was trying to figure out which car was gonna be the main car.
Right.
So I ended up picking Royce because she was like the car I had worked the hardest on. She was the prettiest. And I had a face texture from Candy, actually.
Oh, shit.
And, yeah, I had a face texture from Candy, actually. And so, pretty much, yeah, I had worked the hardest on her. She was one of the prettiest. And that's not saying much, because if you see her when I first came, that bitch was ugly. So, yeah.
I think we all had our ugly car starting off, so it's not that big a deal.
And the thing is, with Royce, when I came... like I said, I had a lot of cars, so naming them was like not a big priority. So they all had like dumb names. When I came into the community, I kid you not, Royce's name was Yonsei, and I regret it.
Yonsei.
It was so ghetto, but it was just like something I threw because like when you have so many cars, you're not gonna sit here for days trying to figure out names. So that was her name. It was Beyonce, and I think her last name was Davenport or something. Like the name didn't get changed till later on when I met some friends. So yeah.
Okay, all right. That's that's pretty funny, but yeah, but actually, like when it comes down to people like you or Candy, like I really commend you guys because same thing with Sickenhead. Sickenhead does the same thing where you guys like make a shitload of fucking cars. Where when it comes down to me, probably have an idea for like a luchador or some shit like that, maybe, or like a giant dude, like every once in a while. But it's not like it's every year where I'll make multiple fucking cars and shit like that. I'll probably just stick to my own and have like different ideas for the tire. But that's pretty much the whole thing is with me. I don't have that imagination where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna think of this guy, he's a farmer or some shit, or this chick, she's a fucking secret agent or something like that. You know, I can't really think of anything. So, fucking kudos to you guys. It's like because my memory and my imagination just out of nowhere. I may think of something, but then I freaking forget about it 5 minutes later.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle because I actually have 5 cars in the community at the moment, and it's like. What comes with that is not only do you have to figure out backstories for multiple cars, you have to figure out attire styles for multiple cars, like wrestling styles, and it gets kind of hectic. Like sometimes I still might do stuff on the wrong account. Like I posted attires on the wrong account and stuff, and I have to go back really quickly. Like it gets hectic, but like once you get the hang of it, like you can only go up from there.
Yeah, dedication, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Wow.
Yeah, right. But so when it comes down to like the present now, what are you like pretty much working on now? Are you going to be in any shows or any events, any freaking high profile matches with anybody like that? Anything that people need to look out for?
At the moment, I can't say.
Okay.
I have been booked in some things, but there's some surprise debuts. There are a few matches coming up. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff for YouTube because I just made a switch from PS4 to Xbox.
Oh,
so
shit.
There's a lot more things for me to dive into, so to speak. And a lot more people for me to meet, play with. So that just means a lot more people for Royce to kick in the face. But, yeah, there's a lot of new stuff coming up. And then now that I have more cars, I have to branch out even more because now I have to do stuff with more people. I can't just let all the focus be on Royce. Like, I have to work on getting my other cars' names out there rather than just... focusing on one, because then it's like, what's the point of having so many if I'm just going to focus on Royce?
Right, okay. I recently got, I have GameFly, right? And for those that don't know what GameFly is, it's a subscription service where you pay a certain amount a month and then you borrow games. It's kind of like a Blockbuster or whatever the fuck. I'm showing my age mentioning Blockbuster, fuck. But anyway, fucking, right, yeah. So it's kind of like Netflix, but with games and shit. And so I got the WWE 2K17 for Xbox on GameFly. Now, I never announced that until now, but then someone comes in and asks me, hey, on Twitter, hey, Sean, you moved directly from PlayStation to Xbox here. Why'd you do that? Any shows you're going to be on? I'm like, what the fuck? Where'd you get that from? But the reason why I got it for Xbox is because I'm trying to plan something for an Xbox thing, which I'm going to make an announcement during High Anxiety, so you guys check that out when it comes out. But, yeah, the reason why I mentioned this is because you mentioned you're going to Xbox. I'm like, hey, me too, a little bit, not full-time, just for a little...
Yeah, I made the full-time switch.
Yeah, you're more dedicated than I am. See, again, dedication, we're bringing that up again. But, so now the future! Oh, yeah. God, I hate myself every time I say it. But it's just, I have to say it. But, so is there anything that you want to do in the future? Like, not asking for any spoilers on what's going to happen, but anything that you might want to happen. Anybody you want to face, any show you want to be on, so on and so forth?
In the future, I have, for the people who have watched my matches, they would know I've been facing Juliet in the community for a while now. Since 2016, Juliet and Royce have had this crazy feud. just going back and forth. So we have actually planned to end that feud soon in a big way.
Oh shit!
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but we planned a big match for that. We're just gonna see where it's gonna unfold. So yeah, and like I said before, I'm booked in a few things that I can't mention. So that's coming up for a few of my cards, and I'm actually now, few weeks from now maybe, because everyone knows 2K18 is coming out soon.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna start the setup for Critical Collision 2.
Oh shit.
So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Speaking of 2K18, when it comes down to 2K18, what are your thoughts right now with the new screenshots and shit?
I can't really say because I'm not gonna lie. Of course, I was excited. We were all excited, and then someone on Twitter brought it to our attention that, you know, the same thing happened with this year's game. You know, the screenshots looked so good, and then you get the game, and it's like, it's not like the game was ugly, but the game didn't look how the screenshots looked.
Right.
So, you know, to me, that's just another filtered picture. So I'm like, I can be excited because there are some details that weren't there last year, but at the same time, that's still a filtered picture. I can't get hyped until I see how everything looks on my television screen when I put the game in.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. Like, there's a thing where it's a pattern every year where, like, okay, the game comes out, everybody's like, oh my god, this is really good game, really good game. Around Christmas time, people are like, ah, man, the server's starting to suck, I can't deal with it, yada, 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 right? New Year comes in around springtime, we're like, oh, you guys still play that game? And then like, the game is broken, and all this other shit, the glitches here, glitches there, right? Then the summertime hits. That's when fucking the screenshots come in, the little entrances, the roster announcements. Everybody's like, oh my god, I can't wait for this fucking game to come out.
All over again.
But like a month before, y'all were talking about, oh, I'm leaving the community, all this other fucking bullshit. I'm not playing this stupid ass fucking game anymore. Too many fucking glitches, all this other bullshit. Fucking servers suck. I can't do a tag team match or whatever. But like it's the song that never ends because it's going over and over and over again. It's fucking wheel that keeps turning, and it's like it goes from liking the game to hating the game and to fucking liking the new game just from a fucking screenshot. It's just like, what the fuck, people?
Yeah, I've seen a huge share of that happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you know, it's whatever. But like right now, we want to get into the fan question segment of the podcast because, of course, there are so many fucking questions for this episode. You're a very popular person, so kudos to that, Mazel Tov. Yeah, because like, oh god, so many questions. But yeah, okay. If you guys want to submit a question, just follow me on Twitter. Wait for me to make an announcement that, hey, I'm going to be interviewing so-and-so. Put your questions here or DM me if anonymous. And do exactly what I said. So, yeah, now the first question is from Created Wrestler at Ace Falcon Car. How did you get started? We already established that. Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, do you watch the podcast? Like, you should know I always ask that question. That is tradition. That's like, how big is Batista's dick? It's going to be asked. Alright? So, anyway. What leagues are you looking forward to getting on? We can't answer that either, right? Because that's going to be a little bit spoilerific.
Confidential.
Alright, so now this is something maybe you could elaborate on. What's your character's backstory?
Oh god, Royce's backstory. The thing was, when coming up with Royce's backstory, I didn't want to get too stereotypical, but at the same time, I didn't want to spend too much time on it as to where it seemed fake. I had to play into her wrestling character because I didn't want to do the whole, I don't know how to pronounce that word, I don't know if it's kayfabe or kayfabe, I don't know how to pronounce the word.
Kayfabe, yeah.
But yeah, I didn't want to deal with that to where it was like her in character and out of character persona were different. I wanted those two things to be the same. I wanted who she was in character to not just be a show. I wanted that to be her still. Right. So her backstory is basically she's mixed, and it's like a very peculiar mix, you know?
Mixed like heritage?
Her mother is French.
Okay.
And her father is Mexican.
Oh, oui, orale.
Yeah. She was a product of infidelity.
Ooh.
Like, if you read it, like, it's on her wiki. Her father took a business trip and met her mother. Quote unquote business trip. He was married, and he took a business trip and met her mother, and they had an affair. And obviously the mother got pregnant, and there's Roy.
Was there any drama to that? Like when like your mom, when her mom told the dad was like, "Hey, I'm pregnant." He's like, "You got to kill the baby." Some shit like that. Like,
no, there was none
I
of
can't
that.
risk losing my wife over you. You fucking whore.
Royce does have two siblings. There's Vanessa and Amora, and there's Tristan and Amora, who are not full siblings. The mother had already had 2 other kids, so they're not full siblings, but they're kind of like half siblings. So yeah. So Royce, she had to, like, you know, there was this sharing type of crap. So she would be with the father, then she would be with the mother, and a little later down her life, she witnessed her father die.
Ooh.
Yeah, I had to add something. Like, I had to. So I was like, yeah, boom, the father's gone. So she witnessed her father die. You know, she went a little crazy, got a little mental. Long story short, she's been in about 3 mental institutions. So don't mess with her.
He goddamn right. Or mess with her because, you know, the crazy chick's always the best.
It's bad that I've actually heard that. I hate that I've actually heard that. But yeah, she's been in and out of mental institutions. One of her friends actually got her into wrestling as like a stress reliever. She never expected to make it a full-time thing. It was just supposed to be a stress reliever, but it ended up being a full-time thing, and now here she is.
All right. Yeah, it's funny because I saw a lot of similarities where how Royce came up, where it's kind of like with me, not the whole crazy thing or anything like that. I didn't witness anybody dying.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm mixed breed, and then my I have 2 sisters, where like one is from my dad's side and the other one's from my mom's side, and then like of course I have like adopted brothers and stuff like that. But you know, there's a little bit of similarity there, a little bit. So it's funny. I noticed like some familiar things. Whereas, of course, you didn't know about that because I think
I found your Facebook.
First right. Like, even on Facebook, I don't put that shit on there. What? I don't trust the internet. Fuck that. Anyway, like shit. They're lucky. I'm buying shit on Amazon because like oh god, I'm so paranoid when it comes to internet. You have no idea.
Yeah, to be honest.
It's weird because like I'm saying this in a podcast. Like yeah, I'm not gonna put it on Facebook. Yeah, but I'll talk about it in a podcast. Shows how much of an idiot I am. But anyway, let's see here. Outspoken at... Alright, fucking damn it, girl. Alright, I'm just going to spell it out. IXDELICIEUX. Delicio.
Elise.
Okay, never mind. See, I fucked it up. Alright, anyway. What do you have the most ups and downs with this year? Who do you have the most ups and downs? I'm sorry.
Who have I had the most ups and downs with? A lot of people, actually.
Hopefully somebody you're in a relationship with. Wink, wink. Alright, stop.
Oh, God. But if we're talking community-wise, I wanted to avoid this, but a former league I was in, I would say them.
Right.
There was just a lot of bullcrap this year.
Yeah.
Happily, I got away from it, but yeah, I would say the former league I was in, there was a lot. Yeah.
When it comes down to drama, regardless of who it's from, like, it could be people that you call friends or could be people that you call enemies. It doesn't matter. It's not me throwing shade or spilling tea or whatever the fuck. It's just where if there's gonna be drama, it's not worth it. it's really not fucking worth it. I don't think it's worth. If it's somebody that you're not gonna interact with your everyday life, even if it's real life, not everyday life, it ain't fucking worth it. If it's someone you can easily fucking dismiss, like someone on the internet, you can easily turn off your fucking account or block them or whatever and be done with it. So you moving on and going to another place, whether I'm friends with them or not, it's a good thing because you know what? Why fucking put yourself through that shit?
Right.
It makes no fucking sense. And it's not worth it. And this is the people that you love too. Like if they feel like, you know, if they're having drama with other people, take my advice. Just get away from it. 2 years ago, I had probably like the most drama-filled shit in my life, and I had to deal with people on the fucking internet. And thank God, you know, there's some times where I miss these people, but like on the other hand, I'm reminded of the shit that I went through, and I'm like, you know what? It's great that I'm not there anymore. It's great that I'm not associated with these type of people anymore because it was a toxic situation, and I'm glad I'm free from it, and I'm glad I'm the one that was free from it. Like I'm the one that made that choice instead of someone making that choice for me, even though I was put into a corner and I had no choice but to make that choice. It was still me that pulled the trigger instead of someone else. And you know, I'm happy about that. So at least I have that quote unquote victory, because I don't think it really was a victory, even though because I lost a really good friend, and you know, it sucks. But it's better than the alternative. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Next question from Outspoken is, what leagues do you see yourself getting into? I don't think we should answer that question, right?
No.
Okay. All right. Who do you consider people here your friend? Like, who here in the community do you consider your friend?
Oh God, here we go with the friend thing.
Sean Nova.
With this community, calling someone your friend is very, very risky. I will lay that out right now. Calling someone your friend here is very, very risky.
Ain't that the fucking
but the
truth?
thing is with me, I cannot say who's my friend. You know, because there's a difference between someone saying, "Oh, we're good," and then someone going, "Oh, that's my bitch." You know, it's
so
like, that's two different things.
Why don't you do that then? Why don't you like list people that are cool?
People that are cool. Well, we have my obvious friends, like my best friends. There's Juliet in the community, who not gonna say their real names because I don't know if they want me to, but there's Juliet and then there's Nika.
Juliet and Nika, shout out.
Yeah, those are my booze. Besides them, there's like a long list. You know, I'm cool with most of the TKS girls. You know, some of the roster from CTO, which is pretty much some of the just from TKS. There's like a long list that I could go down with people that I'm cool with, not people that I consider friends.
People, you know who you are, man. You don't need to be mentioned on the 525 Live podcast. You ain't that hot. But yeah, okay. Right on, no problem. They know who they are. If they're cool with you, then they should fucking know who they are on that list. Let's see here. Do you see yourself becoming good friends with me? I guess that's from Outspoken. So, do you see yourself becoming good friends with her?
Yeah, that's Ash. I don't know. I can't see the future. So.
Yeah, the future.
If it's to happen, that depends on her, because, you know, I'm chill. I always tell people I don't attack unless I feel threatened. So if any argument I've ever had, I've only if I feel threatened or I feel like you're threatening someone close to me, that's the only time I'll attack. So if I've ever argued with her or anybody, it's because I personally feel threatened. So if we are to ever become friends or we are to ever argue, I leave that decision up to you.
It is a two-way street.
Right.
So I completely understand that. It's completely understandable. Like, I've been in situations like that too, like where I'm genuinely nice to people unless I get annoyed and shit. But like if I'm a person, if I'm a dick to you, or if I completely cut you off, trust and believe you had something to do with that shit. It's not me being me. I just have like zero tolerance for bullshit, and like just I can't deal with it. So like a lot of the times, like there's some people, right, and then the people that I no longer talk to now, that they just constantly gave me shit, and there were times where I just stood quiet because I felt, all right, this person is important to me. I'm just gonna pick my own battles. Let this shit fucking slide. They could have said the most fucked up shit to me, and I'd forgive it. I'd be like fucking Jesus. I'm like, oh yeah, you're forgiven, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And you know, of course, the time takes a toll, and more shit happens. It just builds up, and it's sad to say, me and this person are no longer friends, and it sucks. So like, when it comes down to friendships, it really is a two-way street, and whether you want to actually be friends with a person. So yeah, you want to be friends with Royce? Work on it, girl. Fuck. But anyway, all right. See, now this fucking person's Twitter name is pissing me off. All right, A.Judas in commas Silvers at A_Silvers 591. You motherfucker, making me read all that shit. All right, his question is, what's your dream match opponent on Xbox or PlayStation? Maybe both. I think we kind of already established that, but if you want to elaborate or say someone different.
Dream match. I have a few dream match opponents. One would be Tiffany Arrow. Another would be Elena Petrova. And those are just the divas. I'm not gonna go into like the long list. There's about 5 divas, and then superstars. There's like the go-to superstars, like Hey Gucci.
I love that name.
People like that. I just felt so awkward just saying it out loud. I'm never gonna say that out loud. Like, oh my god, that just felt really awkward to say out loud. Kid Gucci.
Yeah, or imagine yelling it like, "Hey Gucci!" Just like
exactly. Like,
people will look at you like, "What?" Fucking. All right. Anyway. So is that it?
Let's see. Diva-wise, who did I say? Tiffany, Elena. There's Adriana.
Okay.
And then Rachel Reigns. Rachel Reigns is actually number 1 on the list. Rachel Reigns.
Damn.
Superstar-wise, Kid Gucci. Oh God. There's Lassiter, who's not very high on the list, but he's someone that I wouldn't mind having a big match with.
You see yourself having a good program with that person, yeah.
Yeah. That's about it for superstars. I'm not really fond of superstars that much.
Oh, well, fine. Okay, whatever. Jeez. I'm sorry that I disappoint you, all right? So let's see here. All right, this one's from, all right, I'm not even going to say your name. I'm going to go with @Olivia Goncalves. I hope I didn't butcher that. Anyway, if you could choose one thing that you would want to change about about people's perception about you, what would it be and why?
That I'm fake. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Who really wants to be fake? Like, let's be fucking honest with that shit. Like,
Exactly. That's my thing, And that brings me back to the former league, Of course, things happen.
Yeah.
And that certain look is put out there that you're some type of way when you're portraying you're letting out one article and the timeline isn't getting to read the full chapter, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of one-sided. And it's like, with me, it's like, I never have a reason to be fake. I was not raised that way. Anything I have ever done, I do for a reason.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a damn good reason. If I jump off a bridge, if I survive and you ask me why I did it, I bet you're going to get a reason that'll make you understand, that'll make you think that it was a good thing to do.
Absolutely.
So it's like, I don't like people thinking I'm fake or that I'm a liar or anything like that, because there's no reason for that. Especially, like, back to what you said earlier, especially with people online.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like, I'm never going to see you, most likely, so why do I need to lie to you?
Exactly.
Like, there's no need to lie or to be fake to someone I'm most likely never going to meet. So it's like, that's just uncalled for.
This internet thing is a tricky subject because, like, when it comes down to, like, people's perception of you, right? it all depends on the source that it comes from. But then again,
Exactly.
let's say, for example, I have beef with somebody, right? If that person has a big enough voice or a big enough fan base that they, like they have a shitload of followers and they retweet, yada, 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 right? They can say pretty much whatever the fuck they want to say about you. The fact that they have so many followers now will retweet and like that shit will go, and it'll seem like it's fucking fact. Some people could say, oh, fucking, hey, Sean Nova fucked a sandwich. A lot of people believe it. Guess what? It's going to be true whether or not it was fact. You know what I'm saying? So, so it's just like, it pisses me off where, like, people just don't look at the facts. They look at who says it and like, oh, well, this person has a lot of followers. It's automatically fact. Or this person fucking, well, I don't want to say what I was going to say because, like, that's wrong for me to say it. See, again, where I could be a dickhead if I really want to. And just like I mentioned before, like if I'm a dickhead to you, you had it coming. It's not about me having an agenda or any of that bullshit. I'm more reactive than I am proactive. I don't plan shit out. I'm not methodical. I'm not an evil fucking genius. If you fucking piss me off, I'm going to be angry with you. Plain and simple. So,
exactly.
Fucking, so, like, it's, when people say, oh, like, if someone comes to me and say, oh, yeah, I heard you were a dick to Richard or some shit like that, right? And I'm like, I've been nothing but nice to Richard. What the fuck? I'm gonna be offended. But if I was genuinely a dick to Richard, I'm like, yeah, I was a dick to Richard. I don't give a fuck. So like, it's I never consider myself fake. But if people think that, shame on you, man. Because I feel like I'm the realest motherfucker here, and I'm pretty sure you feel the same way about yourself. So yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
But let's see here. This one comes from Misconceited, beloved Melrose. Let's see. Who inspired Royce the most? Is there anybody like you see on TV, musician or whatever?
Paige. I mean, if that's not obvious, it might not be obvious, but
I don't know. Did you have a sex tape?
Oh wow.
That's applause right there. I don't know.
Jesus Christ. But yes, Paige. And I want to say like Paige, more of the NXT days Paige.
Yeah.
Because the main roster Paige was never as crazy as the NXT Paige.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
Somewhat neutered,
I don't think a lot of people noticed that. But me being a hard Paige fan, I've noticed that the main roster Paige was never as crazy and as violent as the NXT Paige, when she had just like stepped on the WWE scene.
I think the only glimpse we had of that crazy ass Paige was that Reed Flair fucking line when she was talking about Charlotte. Like that was a little bit savage, but well, not a little bit, but it was very savage. But it was like,
I dare somebody give Royce a chance to do something like that. I will take that chance and run with it.
There's times where I think about that, where I'm like, okay, where I want to use like real life issues with myself. Like for example, like oh yeah, fucking, like oh yeah, your fans don't love you. That's why she never loved you. I'm like, oh my god, my ex-girlfriend, you're gonna bring up my ex-girlfriend, you motherfucker. Shit like that. Right. And like that shit, I feel like it will add more drama to it. But then again, I don't trust myself to leave that shit as storyline. I think I might get actually offended by it. And I'm just gonna be like, motherfucker, and I'm gonna say some shit I might regret. But yeah, it's whatever. But yeah. Anyway, so just Paige, y'all know one else?
I mean, there's like the little bits from like other people. There's a little bit from Dean Ambrose. It's like
you're unpredictable and you're hardcore.
Right, yeah, like the crazy people. There's Paige, then there's Dean Ambrose.
A little bit of AJ or Mickey James.
No, I didn't want to go that crazy. I wouldn't tie anybody up and leave them in the middle of the ring or anything.
Oh, I would.
That's oh god, that's just extra crazy. But it's more like the people who are like more like no need to talk. Like let's just do it.
Yeah.
That type of crazy, not more like I'm gonna give you a whole promo about how crazy I am, and then I'm gonna lose the match.
I'm so you're not Bray Wyatt. Yeah, you're not Bray Wyatt at all. No.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, let's see here. What the fuck? All right. Special Enforcer in Chief at Thick Flair. Oh, I love that name, Thick Flair. All right. So, who do you see being Royce's toughest opponent? Anybody you're intimidated by or anything like that?
If it would be anybody, it would be Juliet. You know, like I said, they've been going at it for years. And you know, when me, and I'm gonna just say his name, he ain't gonna care. When me and Isaiah do our matches, like, we usually get our matches done in one try, and that's really rare with me, because when I sim, I'm like, I get so annoyed, because, like, how the game works, suddenly moves might glitch out, things might mess up, but it's like, when me and Isaiah step into the match, we always get it done, like, instantly, and it's crazy, because I've had Juliet's, like, moveset kind of memorized for the longest, so if Isaiah goes, oh, Juan, let me do my combo real quick, I instantly know what he's talking about, and I'm just like, okay, go right ahead. You know,
yeah,
like,
the chemistry's there, yeah.
Like, we've never had problems. I feel like the only problem we had was during Critical Collision when I had to do Messiah's match, and I gave both of those characters were mine. I don't know if people know that, but both of those characters were mine, and I had to give Giovanni to Isaiah like last minute, and we had to do the match, and he didn't know his moveset. I had just made Messiah's moveset, so we tried that match, and I don't know how many times we restarted, and it got to the point where we both got annoyed, and we had to schedule it to like the day before I started editing. Like, that match was done last minute, and it was like probably the worst match I've ever done. Like, even people on the timeline were pointing out I kept doing the same moves. Like, I did not like that match at all.
I hate that when I do that. Like, there's some times where I would repeat moves, and like, I already did that fucking move, and like, I'm not even trying to repeat the move. It just happens. Like, I forget my place.
Exactly.
It sucks. But then, you know, of course, mistakes happen. Sometimes the game does fuck up and doesn't let you do shit that you actually... Like, I pressed the button, what the fuck? And, like, the game is weird in certain ways.
I totally agree with that.
But, yeah, okay. All right, the next question from the Thick Flair. I'm going to keep saying that because I love that fucking name. All right, who are your top 5 underrated cars?
Underrated?
That's a tricky one, isn't it?
I'm going to say Juliet.
Okay.
One, you know. He just came in the community, but... like, it's rare that you see someone come in the community guns blazing, because even I did it myself. Like, I came in the community looking a hot mess. Oh God, I'm not even gonna go back to those days, but I came in the community a mess. So it's rare that someone comes in the community and is automatically like, hello, like, you know, like,
yeah.
And he gets attention. He gets his attention, but I feel like he deserves more attention, you know, because there are cars out here that look like crap, but, you know, since they're friends with the right people, they get attention that I don't think they deserve. But we all know how that works, and, you know,
absolutely,
Isaiah, he knows his people, but he doesn't, like, he's not like friends, like close friends with the big people. So he's getting his attention, but he's not getting the attention that others that don't deserve it are getting. Yeah. So he's definitely one. And then there's Nika. My little baby Diki. He's grown a lot from when I first saw him. When I met Diki, all his cars were wearing them ugly Adidas jumpsuits. Like, oh my God, all these street attires.
We're looking like a fucking mobster and shit with the tracksuits.
Yeah, I got so annoyed with him in 16. Like, I am so happy he stopped with that. Like, you do not know. Like, I got so tired of every time he was like, wow, let's do a match. I gotta show you this attire. Okay. I'll jump in a match. It's another street attire, just in a different color. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this is what you wanted to show me. Okay.
Oh God.
But he has grown tremendously into wrestling attires, into simming in general. So he's another one. Who's another one that's underrated? Like, I don't really know any, like, really underrated people, because like I said, pretty much everyone gets their attention.
Yeah, it's a risky subject because you don't want to be like, oh yeah, this person's underrated, and then a lot of people are like, what? Fuck that, that's overrated. What are you talking about? you know, it's a tricky,
Exactly.
tricky little thing there, underrated. I don't know. So, all right, now the next question from Thick Flair is, what or who inspires your character? I think we already answered that. So sorry, Thicky. But all right. So now the next person asking the question is Jen Cruz, Frisco. Anyway, at Public Genocide. What is your favorite league? Ooh, that's gonna be that's a loaded question.
Oh God. I don't want to like.
The Justice League. There you go.
The league. I'm gonna just say the league I enjoy watching the most. There's a lot. You know, I don't think no one has one favorite league. Like,
Right.
I don't think no one in the community has one. So obviously there's CTO. There's TKS. You know.
Mm.
And then it's like there are more leagues popping up also that I'm also starting to enjoy. Like, you can never. I don't think anyone. I feel like if anyone says there's only one league, they're either lying or they're just not watching anything else.
Yeah, they're ignorant. Yeah.
Cause like a lot of these leagues are like really good. I don't think. I mean, every league has their mistakes, but I don't think I've watched anything yet that I was just like, yo, this is disgusting. Like, no, I can't. Like, you know, like.
Even ROX. No.
I'm sorry, what is that?
I said even ROX. I was being a dick.
Oh, don't know what that is.
Oh shit. Yeah. But alright. Yo, you want to skip that one and go to the next one?
Yeah.
Alright. World's Dopest at World's Dopest YT. What are your all-time favorite matches of yours? And if you had to choose an opponent for your final match ever, like your retirement match, who would it be?
My favorite match. Gotta make sure I don't have a Cameron moment right now.
Melina versus
favorite
Alicia Fox.
The thing about that is, I don't really watch WWE as much as I used to. You know, I feel like things have like dimmed down from what it used to, because, you know, I grew up, like, I was born in 2001. So
oh my god, I feel so old. Oh god.
I grew up around Melina, and, like, you know, I grew up around the original divas. Not saying that the divas now are bad, but it's like, it's not the same. Especially, like, they stripped everything and made it all kid friendly or whatever. So it's like, it's not the same stuff I used to watch.
Right.
And, like, I remember being 6, 7 years old, watching a bunch of girls rolling around in mud, and I'd be like, you go ahead, you know? Like, and it's like, now I'm seeing, like, the same matches, just different people. But if I had to pick one match, I would say, I think it was the match, Shawn Michaels' career-ending match, I believe.
Oh, against Undertaker? Yeah.
Yeah. It would have to be that one.
I'm so old, I remember his first title win. Like, I remember the actual day. Like, fucking shit.
Yeah, and it's like, I wasn't even alive for that match, I don't think.
Yeah, I know.
I think that was just something, like, you know, when you obviously go looking through history and stuff, and I remember finding that match, and I remember finding a lot of other old matches that I actually enjoyed better than the matches that I see today, you know? Like, it just adds on to what I said. The old WWE I think will always be better than this WWE. I don't really enjoy matches anymore. Like, I rarely ever turn to WWE when it's on, and I'll always wait till the next day and go watch the 1-minute YouTube clips or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah.
So, like, you kind of missed out on a lot of the Attitude Era stuff, because you're talking about Melina. That's kind of like a Ruthless Aggression era, you know, with Candice Michelle and, like, the Kelly Kellys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you missed, like, the whole thing, like, with Sable and Jacqueline, and, like, the whole bikini contest where fucking Sable she took off her top, and it was, like, hand pasties over her breast and shit like that. And, like, really fucking controversial shit. Like, I remember being a kid, and, like, I was like, what the fuck? And, like, I don't understand how. I don't understand how, with shit like that on TV, my mom allowed me to watch that shit. Like, I don't get it. I think it was just something where, like, he's a boy, let him watch it, fuck it. But, like, it's still, it's like, I don't understand it. Like, to this day, like, because I know, my little sister, she's just turned 12. And she likes wrestling now. She loves, like, Naomi and Bailey and all that stuff. And, like, sure, she could watch that now, but, like, if I go and watch, like, an old pay-per-view on the network and shit, like, I can't watch it if it has, like, a bra and panties match or lingerie pillow fight or whatever the fuck, because that's just going to be fucking weird. And it's just, I don't know. But you turn out to be fine. I turn out to be fine. But still, again, you know, it's just me being the adult now. It's like, I don't think I can handle that. So, it's weird. But, you know, back in my day, you know, so you don't know how it feels to go out and hunt for your own food and shit and build a fire, right? Because that's what my kids, the people in my generation did, you know, back in my day. Fucking, like, I remember when we had to go, and we only had 5 channels on the television, and fucking Benjamin Franklin invented electricity and stuff like that. The first automobile and all that fucking crap. Anyway, so
Jesus Christ.
I know I'm going on a little rant right now because I'm old as fuck. But anyway, shit. Let's see here. Christian Tracy at WWE Guy Christian. What do you mostly look up to in life? I guess like life goals. Oh no, who do you mostly look up to? I'm sorry, who? I need to learn how to read. My old eyes can't read right now, so. Never mind the fact that it's 3:36 in the morning. Never mind that crap.
Oh God. Who do I look up most to? I don't want to sound cliche. I don't think it's cliche, but obviously my mother. I mean, who else?
Of course.
Like, I don't want to get into like personal family issues, but yeah, pretty much my mother. You know, she raised me and a lot of others as a single parent, so. I mean, you can't get any more stronger than that.
Yeah, I know. I've been there. Yeah. Yeah, I was raised by my mom too, so yeah, I understand perfectly. But let's see here. All right, this one's from Aubrey at Aubrey Arrow. Hello, Aubrey. One thing that you would improve about the community.
I
know it's hard to pick just one.
Oh God, yeah, it really is. Oh, Jesus. What do I have to think about the community? I feel like I'm not even going to say everybody be friends. I don't even believe in that. There's always going to be those people that are,
Yep.
But, I feel I would improve everyone's ability to mind their business. We're going to say that, and that'll probably solve every other problem.
Yeah, people need to learn to pick their battles, too. Like, that whole fucking shit with fucking eyebrows.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't a part of that.
Yeah, yeah. Like, it's just, like, you know, like...
It's, like, always the smallest things. It's the smallest things.
I feel like if you ever get into some shit when it comes down to the community, if something bothers you in the community and you want to talk shit, go to a person that's not in the community first and explain to them what the problem is. If they don't understand it, then guess what? It's not time for you to fucking bitch about it. Like, just go to someone, like, let's say, like, a parent. Like, hey, Mom, how you doing? And, you can't believe what this bitch said about fucking eyebrows, yada, yada, yada. If the mom doesn't go, what? You better set that bitch straight. Then shut the fuck up. You know, just drop it. Just fucking drop it. It ain't worth it because you look like an asshole. Like, you really do. And I'm not saying that the person's an asshole for it, but you look like an asshole. All right? I could very well be cool with you. Just don't look like an asshole. It's just that simple.
Right.
It's not just a car. It's not just internet. It's real life. Don't look like an asshole. I'm not telling you to do something. I'm telling you to not do something. It's the easiest shit.
Exactly.
Like, fuck. Anyway, let's see. Did we answer that question? Yeah, I think that's it, right? The one thing, just people need to chill and mind their own business. All right, now, let's see.
Precisely.
Right. Next question from Aubrey is people that you would like to work with and work that you're proud of. I guess we already answered the people you like to work with. So what work are you really proud of? It could be an entrance, attire, or whatever.
Well, obviously, Critical Collision 1.
Mm-hmm.
that was an entire process that I wasn't, I'm not going to say, I wasn't like, I'm going to keep it real. I wasn't 100% pleased with my editing. I didn't like how a few things came out. But, you know, it was my first time ever putting together a show. So I liked it for what it was.
It happens to the best of us. A lot
liked
of people are not really 100% pleased with their work. You know,
Yeah.
yours truly included.
I liked it for what it was because I had never done anything like that. You know, I've edited a couple matches, you know, here and there, but I've never put on a full show and, like, had to do it all by myself. And I thank the people, kudos to the people who sent their matches in fully edited.
What do you mean, you people?
To the people, like,
I'm fucking with you.
like whoever participated in Critical Collision and sent their matches in fully edited, thank you.
Okay.
Because I had to put people's matches together, and Jesus, it was a process. Like, I don't like editing your match if it's not mine.
Right.
Like, but there's that. And then my Diva Mania match. My match at the Diva Mania pre-show, that had to have been the best match, in my opinion, that Royce had ever put on. And, you know, it was Diva Mania, so obviously I couldn't just put on a regular house show match, or I couldn't put on, like, I'm not even going to say that. That would have been too much shade. Maybe not. But, yeah, I couldn't put on a basic match, you know? So I had to, like, pull stuff out of my ass, but keep it realistic, you know? I didn't want to be a spot monkey. I didn't want to do dumb stuff that made it look like, oh, he's trying too hard.
Right.
But I wanted it to be like, oh, you know what you're doing. So that match was stressful, and it came out perfect. Like, I think that's one match where I can say I literally wouldn't change anything besides my entrance. But yeah, an attire. I want to answer this one.
Okay.
An attire that I'm really proud of is between my Diva Mania outfit, only because I made that outfit last minute, and it had to be one of the most basic yet most appealing outfits, in my opinion, that I've ever made.
Simple yet effective.
It was literally the sluttiest crap I had ever seen in my life. Like, I have never seen Royce look like such a hoe.
So those
And that's
that
the thing,
haven't
you
seen
see-
it, can you describe it?
It was like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like really high-waisted, and it was just like this black corset wrapped around 360 around her body, with like, her boobs were covered, but they weren't covered. They were like outlined, but she had like lace covering her actual boobs with X pasties over her nipples, and that should like give you an idea. She looked like a full-blown whore.
A whore.
And like, to top it off, I walked out with the Terminator glasses on.
Oh shit.
You know, looking like Cyclops from X-Men. I'm lucky the timeline ate that up, you know. Because like I said, this attire was last minute. And like, I don't know about other divas, but like me, as like having a diva, I feel like the worst part is coming up with hair to match. And like, not even divas, superstars too. Trying to figure out what boot combination to do. Like, what combination of knee pads and shoes to do. Because, like, if it doesn't correspond, you look stupid, you know? So, I ended up changing that attire. Not only was it made last minute, I ended up changing it multiple times, giving me less time to get my match done. And then, what I felt like was less time, I ended up turning my match in early as hell.
Yup.
So I was like, oh. And everything went out well. So, it's between that attire and my Critical Collision attire, which you saw, you commentated, the purple two-piece that Royce wore, and also the purple one-piece that her sister wore. I created both of those attires, and I literally was in love with those format. I'm glad I still have them because I really want to use them again. But I was really experimenting. The two-piece came first. Both attires were going to be for Royce. I was going to be a little selfish, and I wanted to do like a double entrance. But when the idea for the match, the future match, you know, giving up her career, I mean, not her career, but her job in future, when the idea was pitched, I needed to give Vanessa an attire, and I didn't really feel like making another one, so I just shot him the purple attire, and it made it even better, because as you saw, you know, they had the whole double entrance.
Right.
Like, they came out together as if it was a tag match, and I don't know, someone else came up with the idea. I think Diki came up with the idea, and I was like, this is really cute. I've never seen it done. You know, we're about to do a singles match. Yeah, they're walking out together, you know,
right.
as sisters. You know, they're still sisters. So, and then it was like the thing, it was like, it's like a little off topic, but it was like the thing where they were sisters, you know, like, they were still like they were still sisters no matter what happened, and then people were like, they were rooting for Royce to jump her at the end, and I was like, no, like, like, no, why would she do that, you know? It was like, they're
it's
still
family,
sisters.
you
Like,
don't fucking do that.
Like, this is not like a hostility thing, it was just like, they just so happened to book me against my sister for like,
you don't want to
job,
make Vin
you know?
Diesel
And
cry
she's
and
not
shit
gonna
like
lose.
that, man. It's family.
Right, like, I didn't want to be like, oh, bitch, are you gonna take my job? Snatch, you know? Like, I didn't want to put, like, oh, God, that would have been a whole other storyline. And then, like, I explained to other people, when I was in BGB, the storyline I had was a family feud,
Okay.
with the twins that are in BGB. If anybody out there knows what I'm talking about, I had the feud with the twins in BGB. You know, they were the twins. Royce was the sister gone rogue. You know, they were the like the typical Barbie doll type twins.
Right.
They were just black. You know, they were just black. So yeah. And, you know, Royce is pretty much just owned by the family. So I had that whole feud, and I was like, I didn't want, even if I had thought about Royce jumping Vanessa, I wasn't going to go through with it, because I didn't want someone to save Royce's name, and the only thing you thought of was the bitch that fights her family 24/7.
Right, exactly.
You know, I didn't want that. I wanted to do more.
No one wants that rep. Fuck that.
Right. So I just went with them just, you know, hugging it out at the end. You know, they're still sisters, blah, blah, blah. So it was between those three attires. I got off topic, but yeah.
And now the next question is, the biggest lesson learned in regards to Ka? Like anything that you'd like to... okay, well, yeah, that's the next question. But biggest lesson. Like anything that you... any lesson learned there, pretty much.
Oh, watch out. Doesn't get more simple than that. Everyone is not your friend. Watch what you do in terms of your own... Like, it's a shame that anything you do, you are taking the risk of being compared to someone else.
Yep.
And it's like, if you're like a creator that's dedicated to their work like I am, like I put my all in every attire, whether it comes out ugly or not. Like, I feel like a creator's worst fear is either someone like not just even not liking their work, but like comparing their work to someone else. You feel me? And it's like, in this community, you could put the color black on your attire, and someone, oh, you look like such and such. They just used the color black. Like, oh my God, you're a clone. Like, you're a whole clone. Like, she used the color black first. Like, are you serious? You know?
Yeah.
Like, you
hold the
walk
copyright
out
to the
with
color
Alicia,
black. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you could walk out with Alicia Fox's entrance. Oh, like, you know, I literally just used that entrance. You're a clone of me. You know, like, it's
even though, especially when it comes down to divas, shit is really fucking limited. You really gonna hold claim to something? Like, fuck out of here.
Exactly. And especially when this community has been going on for so long, so much has already been done.
Yeah.
So it's like 9 times out of 10, you're gonna run into something again that might look similar. And I feel like the first thing you shouldn't just call them a clone. Like, you should take into consideration this community has been going on for years, since 2K14. You know, a lot of things have already been done, and you know, as playing a woman character, you already don't get a lot. You know, there's already not a lot compared to what a superstar might get as a man. So playing a woman character, you already have limited options, especially entrance-wise, you know, entrance-wise, taunt-wise, style-wise, you know, there's not a lot of things you can do unless, like, there is blatant copying, and I don't know how to describe that, unless you, like, see someone, like, blatantly doing what you're doing. Other than that, I feel I wouldn't just jump to the conclusion that they're cloning you. Because I don't think no one in this community, it's like, I don't feel like no one is like, let's say I'm making my car. It's not like I'm sitting here with a picture of another car and then looking at my car like, okay, I want that to look like that, you know? I don't feel like no one in the community is doing that. I feel like, okay, there might be a few coincidences, but then there are some blatant things. But at the same time, no one in this community is just sitting here. Like, I'm not sitting here with a picture of Juliet. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to do this, but I'm going to change it around so he won't notice. Like, I don't think no one's doing that.
Right.
But I think it's a shame that you have to take the risk of being scared. Like, even me myself, I made things. And, like, after I made it, like, I would notice, oh, this looks too much like such and such. And this looks too close to this person's thing, and I would delete the attire. And I'm like, I feel like it's a shame that people have to do that when that could have been a good attire. I could have used that for something, but I didn't want to take the risk of being compared to someone else over something I just slaved over.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then I show it, and they're like, oh, I'm compared to this person. So yeah, I just feel like it's a shame that you risk that with literally anything you do.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, the next question is from, of course, from Aubrey. Aubrey. Anyway, anything that you like to do in the future with each of your cars, or in general in the community? So I guess, all the cars that you've made, is there anything like you want to do with all of them? Like maybe like a rumble or some shit like that, or make your own car show? Maybe. I don't know.
I just want to grow my characters, to be honest. Like, you know, even
spoken
with
like
Royce,
Rita Repulsa right there, yeah.
Yeah, like, even with Royce, there's still so much growing I could do, you know? Like, she has the followers, okay, whatever, you know? She has a few matches, okay, whatever. There's still so much more I can do with her. And my other characters, like Messiah, Jamil, Caleb, Devin, there's so much more I can do with all of my cars, you know? Expand their characters, you know, maybe change their characters and work even more. Like, there's so much. But I would say in the future, what I actually had planned was to do this big music video with all of my cars. I had planned this just a little while ago, actually, coincidentally. So that's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be at the end of 17, which is I planned it to be, but it might not be. So it might be mid-18. I want to actually do a big little, like, show off of all my cars together. So, yeah.
All right, okay. Now, J Hart at Slayonce.
Yes, Julia.
All right, who would Royce's dream partner be? I guess anyone in the world. It could be fucking George Jefferson if you want.
By partner, are we talking tag partner? Are we talking sexual relations?
Hey,
like,
whatever comes, the first thing that comes to mind, go right for it. Police partner? You guys want to join the police force together and shit?
I'll answer the tag partner. I feel tag partner. The thing about that is, you know, Royce is such an odd figure. I would never actually picture her in a tag. You know, I feel like she already draws so much attention to herself. I don't feel like she would do good in a tag. You know, it'd be like, there's the risk of not meshing well, and then there's the risk of the other person getting too much shine than her.
Yeah.
And she'll end up breaking their neck, you know. she doesn't work well with others. And I've always said that about Royce anyway. I've always said, like, people, oh, can we do this tag? My call doesn't work well with others. She'll end up turning on you even if you win the match, you know? Like, I always say that, like, Royce, I've never pictured her in a tag team. And if it ever is to happen, I would want the person to be exactly like her. Okay. So with that being said, it would be people in the community like Ashlyn Vanderwall or like Tesla, you know, like people who like are like the odd figures, not like I would never see her tagging with someone like Tiffany Arrow, you know? Like
you don't want to like a night and day type thing, yeah.
Right, they're like totally different people. I can't see that. So yeah.
Alright. Alright, I guess, alright, we already answered the question about your favorite match and attire. Alright, let's see here. Where will Royce be when she retires?
When she retires, she'll probably be at home. I mean, for the people who know Royce, who follow me on Twitter, who follow my RPs, you know that Royce has a kid, so, yeah, she has a daughter, so if she retires, she'll have the money. I mean, hopefully, by the time she retires, you know, she'll have what she needs financially to be financially stable. I mean, she's already financially stable. She's not living in slums, but, you know, she's the one of my cars that's, like, middle class. I have a high-class car. Like, I have one of those rich cars, but she's, like, my middle-class car, so she's not, like, living it up in Beverly Hills, yada, 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 but she's doing good enough to take care of her and her daughter, so...
They eat every day. They don't have to worry about a roof over their head.
Right. Yeah, so, like, if she retires, I don't really have, like, nothing crazy planned. She'll just be home with her daughter. Like, she's a mother. She can't really... If you, like, seen my RPs when I first came in the community, you know, I was doing those stereotypical club RPs, you know, all the crazy sleepovers, the parties, all that. And it's like, she's a mother now. I don't want to be one of those people who get too unrealistic and have their cars going out to clubs every other day as if they don't have a kid, you know. And it's like, oh, it's okay, they have a babysitter. I'm like, yeah, but you know, in real life, no mother would just leave their son or daughter at home.
You'd be surprised. You'd be fucking surprised.
Yeah, like, I know there's people out there, but it's like, if we're being rational, like, for people with common sense, so, like, especially because Royce just had her kid. Her kid isn't even one yet. So, like, I'm damn sure not about to have my car going out every damn night.
Kudos to Royce to get back into fucking athletic figure after having a child like that. Fucking shit, that's just difficult.
Right? She goes to the gym every day, 12 hours a day.
Fucking dedication. She fucking bounced back with the fucking quickness. I gotta fucking work out a week just so I can get rid of these fucking pancakes and shit. But
oh god.
You know? Fucking shit. But anyway, so let's see here. What kind of mother is Royce? Is she like, you know, do you think she has aspirations to be like, oh, I'm gonna train you to be a wrestler at fucking 10 years old and shit?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Like, you better kick her ass or I'm gonna kick your ass even harder. That type of shit.
I actually thought about it. I was like, maybe one day I would time lapse the daughter's life until she was an adult and like bring her into the community.
Okay.
But then I was like, I don't really want to like Royce be one of those mothers who like, oh, I was a wrestler, you're gonna be a wrestler. Let's go.
Yeah, you know, right? Like fucking Tiger Mom, daughter. Yeah.
Like, I've seen it, like, with fathers, you know, like, the fathers, you know, I've done this, I want you to do this, you're going to carry the family, and then it's like, you don't know if that's what your kid wants, you know?
You have a destiny, goddammit.
I want Royce to be the mother where it's like, you do what you want to do, and I'll support you.
Right.
Like, that's what I picture, because that's how my mother was, so that's how I picture it.
And that's how it should be, yeah.
Right.
Okay, let's see here. Alright, Nika at Creative Soul XO. Shout out to you. We mentioned you a lot in this podcast. Anyway, how was your first match?
My first match was a BGB match, and
that wasn't slow motion. That was actually live right there.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, I
So,
did say it was really slow.
if you want, you
but
could just
yeah,
like make it as quick as possible. Like, was it good or not? You know, that type of shit.
Yeah, because I obviously don't want to talk about
Right.
them, but the match was bad. I had just come into the community. Not just, I wasn't fresh, but stemming wise, I had been in the community for a while. I was in BGB for a while, and stemming wise, I was still new. So not only was I like bad at simming, but when we did the match, it was a tag team match, and 16 servers sucked ass.
Oh yeah.
So not only am I bad at simming, but the match is laggy as hell. And it's like, you're not helping my case at all. And like, if you watch the match, like I still watch the match sometimes for laughs. You see Royce hopping up off the apron, getting on the apron. It's like, oh, I was so embarrassed. And it's like, that's when we had the free body morph, before they added this fixed body morphin crap.
Oh yeah, don't get me started with that shit.
The free body morph, and Royce was like hella thick, and her attire covered nothing. So all you see while she's standing on the apron is her ass, and like she's just hopping up and down off the damn apron. And then when she gets in the match, when she like gets in the ring, shit just goes haywire. And I'm like, oh god, like I hated that. Actually has to be one of my most hated matches ever in the entire community. And like, it sucks that it has to be one of mine, but it's true. I hate that match so much, and not just because it was a BGB match. No tea, no shade.
All right. Okay. All right. So let's see here. All right, where do you see yourself wrestling? I think we kind of already answered that question. And what is your favorite wrestling maneuver ever? It can not just from you. It could be from like someone you've seen on TV. It doesn't matter.
My favorite wrestling move, I would say, would be the sunset split.
Okay.
Melina made that move iconic, but for some reason, the animation always looked like crap, and it's like, how? Like, even when the WWE games was with the old company, the animation stayed the same, and like, they never got the split right. But
I think it's because they had people that weren't the wrestlers do the mocap, so it didn't look right because the right person didn't do it.
Right, and it's like, people like, especially when you have a diva, you see moves like that, and you're like, because I don't know if you know, but with us, like, we always do this. We'll see a new wrestler pop up, and they'll do this bomb move, and we're like, oh, I know they're going to be in the game next year. I call that move, and then there's like this big old, oh, I want that move, and then it turns out, the game comes out, and the move is ugly as hell.
Oh, yes.
And now everyone's like, okay. And I wasn't in the community, of course, when the sunset flip first popped up, because that's an old move, but I was still that kid, Belita. What was her first game? Was her first game 2007? I think her first game was 2007.
Probably. I take your word for it. I'm not really good with it.
Yeah, that had to be her first game, because she had on the skirt and the blue shirt, and it was before she went into her whole wrestling mode.
Right.
And
that's when she was showing everybody her booty hole and shit.
Right. And but I think in that game her finisher wasn't the sunset split. I can't really remember, but I think it was just the last call. But when that move had first popped up on the scene, I remember like a lot of us loved it. I remember my whole family actually loved that damn move. That move was like, okay, you got your uncles in the background. She could do that to me, like that move was. Yeah, it was one of those moves, like, she basically did a split on your throat,
Sure.
That move was iconic, and I still hate it to this day that fucking WWE never got the damn animation right. Like, shit, y'all could have paid fucking Melina to come out there and mocap it her damn self.
Especially now with the PG shit, I don't think you're ever going to see that again. So, regrets, a lot of regrets. But, so, alright, now this question's from Dante McGregor at McGregor Mafia. Why does Aaron Silvers and Ricky Duncan exist? Please, I must know the answers.
God. Why do they exist? Those are two of Royce's exes. Why do they exist? Can they both just die?
I think that's for God to answer, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Why do they exist? That's a question I'm gonna need to Ask God one day.
Alright, so this is from, again, I'm sorry if I keep fucking butchering your name, but shit, man, English. Alright. Zengar Venu at hi there. Hi there, it's Zen. Would you join a straight edge revolution?
Is the straight edge revolution that whole CM Punk thing?
That's a society. I
Is
don't
that
know
what
if it's a
we're talking about?
revolution, but you know.
So what are we talking about then?
Fuck if I know. Alright, next question is ravens or crows? What?
I'm confused. Yo, who is this kid?
And then the country you would like to travel to.
A country I'd like to travel to? Are we talking about out of character? Because if we're talking about out of character, I want to go to... Wait, what are countries? Holy shit. Oh, God.
Well, I'll tell you my answer. I always wanted to go to Japan. I love that. Like I have
that's
to.
a
I
country?
feel. I don't think you have to go straight with countries. You know, what I mean? Like, you can go islands and cities and shit like that. Like,
Because I was just going to say, like, I've always wanted to go to Paris. And I know that's in another country.
right. Well, that's in France, so I guess you can say visit France.
Yeah, that. Because I'm sorry. When it comes to geography, I'm dumb.
Yeah, but Paris is fine too. Yeah, I think if I'm ever going to travel anywhere outside of the U.S. that English is not a major language, I have to learn the language before I go over there. Because I don't want to be like, "Hey, you speak English?" like a fucking idiot, and then I get like robbed and my legs broken and shit.
Yeah, that's always been my biggest fear. I've always told myself I never want to be that person that like walks up to someone and be like, "Do you understand me?" But I feel like sometimes because I go to a Hispanic school and like some of the kids don't speak like English is not their first language.
Right.
So it's like I'm intimidated when walking up to people because I don't want to be that person. But I feel like sometimes I'm gonna have to be because I can't just walk up to a person and just jump into a conversation and then it turns out they don't understand me. So yeah, that whole mindset.
Yeah, man. Like I've seen Teresa's when I was younger and shit. And like, you ever seen that movie?
No.
There's these fucking young kids that go to Brazil for like spring break and shit, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm loving life, we're white," all that other bullshit, and fucking they got drunk and fucked up, and then they got kidnapped and they fucking like by these people and they stole their organs and shit like kidneys and fucking liver and everything to sell on the black market. Like I don't want to be put in that situation. Like fuck that. But anyway.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
That's like a turn.
Yeah, I know. Because at first it was great. They're all in the water, flashing titties, all that other bullshit. But like, fucking, they junked the fucking Bill Cosby special, woke up without a fucking kidney. It was just really fucking fucked up. But let's see here. All right, so mind over matter or matter over mind? Fuck. I feel the same way.
Mind over shatter.
Shatter.
We're just gonna go with that.
Sweet.
We're gonna go with the name of racist old finisher. How about that? Because I don't know what that question even means. So I'm gonna make up an answer.
All right. So now the next set of questions is from Joyce at JoyceTasticXO. How does it feel to be such an icon and have a lot of and have a lot of negative feedback from the people that don't have your attention?
Paris, honey, it feels great.
Great.
Coming from places, and then you get big. People have the mindset that you got big from us, or that we did this for you. And I'm not one to take credit from anybody. I've never been that type. But it's like I feel, don't give yourself too much credit when it comes to me.
Right.
Because I never like stuff to be handed to me. So I feel like if anything has happened, it's because I worked for it, Like, I'm not going to try to down people and take credit away from them. I'd be like, you had a part in it, I won't lie, but don't try to take away what work I put in. Yeah. So it's like, you know, you get big, and it's like the people on the other side have something to say. And like even today, I still see shade about me.
Yeah.
You know, like I still see little shade, and it's just like it's not worth it, you know. But I used to be the type of person in this community where I would react, you know. But now it's just like that's when I was like, no one knew who I was, you know. And it's like it's like okay, but you want to go, let's go. But now it's like I'm not a big thing in the community, but my name is getting bigger, and as like I get more followers and as I get bigger, I still throw my shade nowadays, but I don't want to like be the person to like get into full blown arguments every other day because people feel some type of way because I'm at a place they're not, or I'm at a place that they wish they could be, so they're spiteful. You know, I don't want to give those people attention and then have the people who are interested in me seeing that and then going, am I following the right person? You know, so like I'm losing my fan base over people who are just spiteful because they don't have that.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying. Not to try to sound like I'm like that bitch or whatever, because like I said, I'm not, but that's just how I feel.
Yeah, there is another side to it too, because like there's some people that would say, oh yeah, we're the ones that made you, even though like they had really zero input on how you would like make a promo or do a match or so on and so forth. But then there are some people on the other end that don't say, hey, we're the ones that make you, where they really did make somebody, because all they do is just sit there and read what's given to them, and that's it. Because I've firsthand seen people that don't do a goddamn thing and are suddenly like the most high profile people in the community. I'm like, you haven't done shit.
Yep.
So like, yeah, those people made you, but no one says shit about that. But then there are people that make themselves, and other people want to take credit for it. And you're like, what the fuck, man? You know, there's like, it's a lot of situations like that. I'm not gonna begin to assume your situation because I wasn't there, but like, I'm gonna, you know, what you're saying seems pretty legit, so I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Kelly Artis at Kelly Artis. What makes Royce Royce? In other words, what would you consider a trademark for her?
I don't think she has a trademark, you know. Being a car creator, I feel like you don't have to give your car a trademark. I feel like whatever I put into her is what makes her her, if you get what I'm saying. Like, if I decide to give her a different move, like, or if I decide to give her this attire or this hairstyle, you know, the little bits of things I'm changing and I'm throwing at her, that's what makes her her. As my car, whatever I decide to do to her or do with her is what will make her her. Instead of like just having this mindset like, oh, she has to have this signature logo, like that says Royce, you know, she has to have this attire just in a different color every other match, so you know it's her when she walks out. Like, you know, like I see people doing that, and it's like they want that mindset where it's like you see that and you want to know it's Royce, you know, like I do that, but that's not like I want to be like that's what makes Royce. Like you see that and you know it's mine. Like,
motherfucker.
I have some ideas like that, but I don't like push them out there as that's what makes my car. Like you see that, you know it's me. I did it first. I started that. You know, like I don't think that makes your car just because you're the first to do this, or just because your car is known for wearing this color every other day. You know, so like as a car creator, whatever you do to your car, whatever happens with your car that you contribute to, is what makes your car your car.
Yeah, I understand.
Had an inspirational moment there.
Well, I feel inspired. So, the next set of questions is from Valencia, and I'm not even going to try to do it justice, so I'm going to go... So anyway.
Jesus.
Yeah, right? Just speaking in tongues. But anyway, if you could change one thing about Royce, what would it be?
I would change nothing.
That's the perfect
answer.
answer.
You know, like if there was something that I wanted to change, I mean, it's a car. I can easily change it.
Right.
As it being a video game character, I can easily change it. You know, I'm pretty content with her right now. But if we're talking about like past things, I would want to change where she's been and what she's done. You know, like if we're getting like into all that, like technically, Royce hasn't been pregnant before, and I was one of those dumb RPers that just didn't really care, and she like had a miscarriage because she was still going clubbing or whatever. Like I was one of those dumb RPers that was like, oh, this is just for fun, you know, this isn't real, like I don't care, you know. So she got pregnant, and then she's like just going like clubbing and stuff, and she ended up losing the baby. But like, you know, as time went on, I got more into RP, and I started not like taking it seriously, like, but taking it seriously, you know, like it's RP and it's not real, but at the same time, if you're gonna do it, you might as well like do it right. So I kind of regret being that stupid RPer, because I feel like if I wasn't, Royce's,
it's not that bad, because the way, if you think about it, right? You know, Royce was pregnant before. She miscarried because she was out doing stupid shit. But now that she has another kid, she's like, oh, I'm not going to do that again, and decided to become a good parent. That's called character development. That's called character growth. So actually, the shit you regret actually made the most sense.
Right. I actually didn't think of that. Oh shit.
Yeah. Look at that. Blew your fucking mind, didn't I?
But yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
All right, now, what's your favorite thing about your car and why?
My favorite thing about Royce.
Her ass.
I like the fact. Did you say ass? Oh my god. You sound like every other person I meet who sees her. Like, there's always the fat jokes or whatever, because, you know,
haters.
I don't know if anyone else noticed this. It's easy to notice my car is thick as hell. She's always been thick as hell.
Exactly.
You know, like I said, if we had free morphine like we had last year, she would be even thicker. Like, I tried to do what I could with this fixed morphine, but yeah, she's thick as fuck. But you sound like every other person who sees her. You know, I have the Nia Jax jokes. I have, oh, she's big. I have all these jokes. Like, it's crazy, but I'm like, it's fine. Like, I love how she is. Like, I wanted a thick car. Like, my car is not like, I'm not going to try to be like the sex icons. You know, they're already a lot of those. No shade to anybody, but they're like already the sex icons. But if you see my car, you can tell like my car is one of those girls not relies on sex appeal, but isn't afraid to show her body. Okay. So I wanted to make her thick, and then my tires are very revealing, and they always have been revealing. So it's like that. But what I like most about my car is that she's pretty much based off me. She has her inspirations, but like RP wise, you know, like digging down deep into her, she's like me. Like, she's like, I'm not gonna say clingy, but like when she has something that she wants or something that she loves, she holds on to it. And like when I RP, I don't just like RP randomly. If there's a situation that I can take advantage of, I take advantage of it and I play it out how I would play it out.
Right.
So like when people, like there have been people who came for me, like tried to come at me for how I RP'd in the situation or what I decided to do with one of my characters. And I always tell people I just go with the flow. Like I just put it in how I would picture it happening. I don't put out of character things into an in character bouting. Like I don't want to be like, oh, since I don't like this person, I'm going to make my car do this. Like all of a sudden my car just punches your car because I don't like you out of character.
Right.
Like, no, that's stupid. I'm going to go with the flow. If our car's not arguing, then there's going to have a good time. So with Royce, it's like, she's the most based off me RP-wise. But the thing is, you wouldn't know that because I don't RP with her as much as I RP with my other cars. So when you do see that RP with her, it's like, she's mostly based off me. You know, if she jokes around, it's because I'm going to joke around. If she's really flirty, it's because I'm really flirty. Which I am, but we ain't gonna get into that. But yeah, that's what I like about her. I can connect with her because that's pretty much me in a video game and a girl.
All right. So now, do you see yourself possibly changing up her style? So like how you said, like you know, Royce will be wearing like revealing clothing and stuff like that. Do you see yourself like dressing like a librarian with a turtleneck, glasses, shit like that?
Unless we talking cosplays or Halloween.
Go full fucking Velma from Scooby-Doo and shit.
Right, like unless we're talking Halloween, no, because like I said, she's based off me, and if you see me out of character, I don't wear nothing but ripped jeans with zippers, muscle tanks. Like my skin is gonna show. Like we even in school, we just did this chemistry project where we had to like tie-dye t-shirts or whatever, and I took it upon myself to cut the t-shirt into a crop top. Like that's just me. I like to show skin, especially because I'm at a young age. Like my body is like on point, not to get conceited or whatever, but my body is on point. So
hey, listen, if you work on it, then you can say it. Fuck that.
Right, like yeah, that's true. Like my body is on point, so I'm not the type to like. I don't like hiding my body. Like I'm gonna just keep it like that. I don't like to hold my body in this motherfucking case of motherfucking long sleeves, and you know how you see the guys walking around in pants, pajamas, and basketball shorts. Like there's no need for all that. Like I wear my tight pants. Like I hate that. I really hate that. 'Cause me myself, I don't like to case my body. So like I wear my tight pants, but those pants not only are gonna have rips, but then they're gonna have zippers like on my knees. So like my body is showing in like every corner, but you still not seeing what you're not supposed to be seeing.
Right.
You know?
You gotta leave something to the imagination.
So, exactly, and that's how I dress Royce. Like her body will be showing in every other corner and direction, but what's not supposed to be seen will not be seen. So I don't think I'll ever change that unless I drastically out of character start walking around in trench coats and stuff. Like, like until then, Royce is gonna like
wear the Adidas jumpsuits and shit.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna say be a hoe because she's not a hoe, but she dresses like one.
She's very comfortable. That's all. Yeah. But all right, so now these two questions. I'm sorry, from Helena Ross at X Bubblegum Sugar.
Oh God!
How was the first time you stepped foot on PS4?
When I came into the community, I was on last gen because I didn't really care about next gen because I wasn't in the community. Obviously last gen was better when it came to paint tool and creating.
Yeah, I miss those days.
I didn't care to go buy a PS4 or Xbox One. I was still on last gen for like a month when I came into the community, and good thing I did because I made friends before I came to next gen. So when I first stepped on the PS4, I had people who I could go to, and it was a good going. It was like good. It wasn't like I didn't have any arguments early on, so I didn't have any enemies, but I had a few friends who I could jump right in with and like be like, like I had people to play with already. So I would say that when I first stepped on, like it was like your generic like first like time, like it wasn't awkward, but it wasn't great, like sex, like the first time it's not gonna be the best, but it's gonna be what it is.
Speak for yourself. I'm a fucking sex machine. Stop. Like what?
Oh my God.
I had a 5-way my first time and shit. I pleased every single female. Fuck that. Prove me wrong. No, stop. But alright. But yeah, I get it. But the second question is who were your first friends when you came onto PS4?
Actually, I think the person who asked the question, Helena, when I was on last gen, I was still posting YouTube videos, and she was one of my top subscribers. So to speak, I don't know how to word it, top subscriber. I don't think I want to say that, but
supporter?
She was like under all my videos. She liked all my videos. She was always coming to my videos, like. But this is like before I knew her. When I found out she was like really big on the YouTube scene, I was like, oh wow, it's crazy that someone that big is like commenting under my stuff, and I'm still on last gen,
Yeah.
Like this bitch is on next gen, I'm still on last gen, and she's big as hell, and she's like taking the time to comment under my shit, So it was like, okay. So when I found out she was on PS4, like I was going to come to next gen, but I didn't know what system to get. So when I found out she was on PS4, I was leaning towards going there. But then I was still like, I could probably still get an Xbox. And then I met Paris, who was also on PS4. So I was like, shit, I might as well just get a PS4. So it was literally only those two. When I first came to PS4, it was literally only those two people who I were actually like actual friends with.
Huh. Okay. Alright, so alright, Diana Divine at Dixie Divine. Okay, cool. I'm sorry, I can't. It's fucking 4:25 in the morning. Alright, let's see. Why do you hate Helena Rose so much?
Oh God, I don't hate her. He just has his moments where, everybody has their moments where they get annoying, but he just has a lot of those moments, and it's like, sometimes you need a break, and then like sometimes I like purposely ignore his DMs. I still love him though, but it's just sometimes it's like, honey, I don't genuinely hate anyone, and that's like for me to hate, like to be like, oh, I hate you, like you probably gotta try to kill me or something, like that's like a word I've never used. So yeah, I don't hate you, honey, and stop using your sad accounts to ask questions.
Right,
like I don't know that's you.
Right. Alright, so now Tino, why so pissed? Fuck. Tino Rouge, I interviewed you before.
These Twitter handles are crazy.
I hate it. It's like my tongue is exhausted. Tino Rouge, OP, favorite hip hop song?
I do not listen to hip hop. I like listen here and there, but like hip hop, like I can never get into it because like it's literally all about the same stuff. Like I don't get how people could be so interested in a song that's saying the same thing, just a different voice and a different beat. It's all about women, money, and cars. It's like it's so cliche, and so annoying.
Oh, you gotta listen to other people though. You gotta listen to like people like J. Cole and shit that will spit out some real shit.
Yeah, but then it's like I'm still young, so I don't know that's real shit. I'm just hearing shit, like it's
You're
just
uncultured. I swear to God. But alright.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm young, but like I still like be in my room jamming "It's Tricky" by Run DMC. Like.
Well, there you go. That's your favorite hip hop song.
That's only because it was on a WWE soundtrack. I think it was last year's game.
I think 15. 15.
But yeah.
All right. So now these two questions are from Anonymous. Ooh, I wonder who could it be. Well, the first question we already answered. Who was your biggest inspirations for Royce? But now here's the second question, the final question in the long series of questions from the fans here. Why did you decide to switch to Xbox, to leave PlayStation to go to Xbox?
I decided to leave because, one, Xbox had a lot of different opportunities. As of now, Xbox is like high like at top tier when we're talking about leagues. There's a lot of leagues on Xbox, and then the new leagues that are popping up are on Xbox. Like PS4 has its league, but it's like what, a few leagues to choose from. It's not giving you any variety or anything.
Yeah.
And then another thing was more leagues meant more people to work with on Xbox.
Right.
So it was like me making the switch. Not only I'm not gonna beat around the bush. The falling out I had with my former league played a part in that.
Right.
Especially because, as everyone knows, BGB is like, this isn't saying much, but it's like the top diva league on PS4.
Okay.
You know, that's not saying much because it's not really a lot of all diva, like all female leagues on PS4. But it's like, the other leagues on PS4 are like not really big on females. If you notice, like their females don't get showcased much. And it's like, I don't want to be like, oh, you're sexist or anything like that. But it's like, it's obvious. So it's like, it just pushed me even more to make the switch. And it took a while, but,
No, I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now we've reached the end of the 525 Live podcast. Is there anything you want to promote, like your channel, your Twitter account, upcoming shows, so on and so forth?
Yes, actually. Follow me on Twitter at blackheart_XO, black spell BLBTK, heart spell HBXRT_XO.
That I hope you guys wrote that shit down. I'll be sure to link it in the description whenever I can. But yeah, is that it?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Alright, so of course I'm Sean Nova. This is Royce, the black heart that she is with the Roman letters into it. Alright, but that's pretty much it. Thank you for coming, and hopefully we'll talk again soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.